The human sacrificed himself to save the Pokémon. I pitted them against each other, but not until they set aside their differences did I see the true power they all shared deep inside. I see now that the circumstances of one's birth are irrelevant. It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
What if the greatest battle in the Pokémon movie isn't against other Pokémon, but against the human desire to control life itself? At first glance, it seems simple. A boy, his Pokémon, and a world of battles. But beneath the surface lies a meditation on creation, autonomy, and the price of ambition. This is not just a story about monsters, it's a story about trauma, betrayal, and the search for meaning. Mewtwo awakens not as a villain, but as a reflection of human hubris. Born from a laboratory and designed to be superior, he is immediately confronted with the cruelest lesson. The world will use you and then discard you. The cold sterility of the lab, the scientists' detached voices, the repetitive testing, every frame whispers, you are not a being, you are a tool. Mewtwo's rage is logical. It is not chaos, it is the consequence of exploitation. Ash Ketchum stands as a counterpoint. His fear is raw and human, losing those he loves, failing to protect innocence. He refuses to fight Mewtwo when he could, risking everything to save Pikachu, embodying moral integrity over strategic logic. Misty and Brock are quieter forces, anchors of empathy and trust, navigating chaos with courage that is often overshadowed by spectacle, but is crucial to the story's moral framework. Even the humans who created Mewtwo are not faceless villains. Their fear of losing control drives them, and it is their hubris that catalyzes the conflict. Every conflict in this film is a tension between freedom and control. Mewtwo seeks liberation from the shackles imposed by its creators. Humans, even Ash, are forced to confront the ethics of power. The Pokémon movie does not allow us to rest comfortably on good versus evil. It asks, what does it mean to be responsible for life you have molded, and how do you face the consequences of playing God? The narrative unfolds with poetic precision. Mewtwo's rebellion is more than a battle. It is a reckoning. He challenges not only trainers and their Pokémon, but the very assumptions humans hold about identity and morality. The final duel between Mew and Mewtwo mirrors this, a visual echo of innocence versus hubris. Mew's lightness, agility, and playfulness contrast Mewtwo's deliberate, almost surgical power. Dialogue in these moments, Mewtwo questioning its own purpose, confronting the motives of its creators, transforms what could have been an action set piece into a philosophical confrontation. Even the animation reinforces the film's emotional weight. Shadows stretch unnaturally across Mewtwo's face, framing isolation. Camera angles tilt during moments of moral ambiguity, reflecting uncertainty. Pacing slows during moments of reflection, giving space for empathy to grow, particularly toward Mewtwo and the cloned Pokémon, whose existence forces viewers to question what it means to be alive. Cloning and identity are at the heart of the movie. Mewtwo is a being manufactured for greatness, but greatness imposed is not the same as purpose discovered. Human hands shape life, yet their understanding is incomplete. Ethics, not ability, is the test Mewtwo faces, and ultimately, the lesson the audience is invited to learn. Ash's choices illuminate this further. When he risks himself for Pikachu and confronts Mewtwo, compassion becomes a weapon stronger than any attack. Through empathy, destruction is halted. Through understanding, trauma begins to heal. The film repeatedly asks, when beings are treated as tools, can morality survive? And when morality is exercised, can it truly change a path forged in anger and betrayal? Context deepens this resonance. Released in 1998 at the height of Pokémon mania, the film could have been a simple merchandise tie-in. Instead, Kunihiko Yuyama and OLM Inc. crafted something more. A narrative surprisingly mature for children's media, echoing Japanese storytelling traditions where created life confronts creators. Mewtwo reflects philosophical tropes, Frankensteinian and existential, while influencing generations to consider ethics in even the most fantastical contexts. Its cultural impact was profound. It proved that Pokémon movies could provoke thought, fuel debates on identity, and resonate emotionally beyond nostalgia. Grounded theories emerge naturally. Mewtwo embodies humanity's fear of its own ambition, questioning whether creation grants mastery or responsibility. Ash serves as the moral mirror, showing that compassion and selflessness can counterbalance rage. The cloned Pokémon represent innocence manipulated but not irredeemable, suggesting that nurture can challenge the deterministic logic of nature. The emotional weight is undeniable. The Pokémon movie forces us to confront the consequences of treating life as expendable, to examine how morality survives under pressure, and to wonder whether compassion can alter a being shaped for destruction. It asks us to reconsider our own relationships with control, responsibility, and forgiveness. In the end, Mewtwo's story is a mirror. It is not about villains or heroes. It is about creators and creations, freedom and confinement, rage and understanding. Ash's choice to act morally, to show empathy, reframes the conflict entirely. The greatest victory is not power, but understanding. If you see the Pokémon movie only as a nostalgic adventure, watch it again. Look at the faces, the framing, the quiet moments of reflection. Listen to the questions the characters pose, not about battles won, but about life made and lives manipulated. Share your thoughts, dive into the meaning hidden in the dialogue and the silence between attacks, and explore what these lessons say about creation, control, and choice. Until next time.